Hey guys, how you doing today? I was just out for a walk. It's a really friggin' humid day. Really unseasonable weather for this part. Just decided to take a seat on the bench and sort of cool down before I continue on my way home. Had my Spyderco UKPK on me, so I thought I'd do a sort of first impressions of it. When I first got this, my first impressions were this is a really classy knife. The titanium handles, it's my first experience with actually a titanium handled knife, and it's not at all like stainless steel in the way it feels. It actually has more of a warmth to it than stainless steel, if that makes any sense. Even in colder weather, it seems to be a little bit warmer than stainless steel. The lightweight of this knife is actually really nice. It has the perfect balance of heft and lightweight to make it a really good EDC. You're gonna have to forgive the traffic behind me. I am at a public park and it's right by the road, so that's what you're hearing in the background. This knife is really smooth to operate. Probably one of the smoother slip joints that I've ever had the pleasure of owning. You see there, the blade is S30V steel. One of my preferred steels, even though it's not my favorite. It does keep an edge, a good working edge for a good long time for what I use it for. Use most of my knives for wood carving and just fiddling around, a campfire type thing. You see here that I switched out the black pocket clip on my Sage and put it on this one, and I took the silver pocket clip off this one and put it on my Sage. I think the silver goes better with the Sage and the black goes better with this one. This is a Sal Glesser design. Some might be surprised at that, some might not. For me, it's not really a surprise. This knife has a really strong resemblance to the Spyderco Cali line, specifically the Cali 3. When you look at this compared to that knife, you really see the similarities, and it's not surprising that Sal Glesser designed this because his favorite knife is the Cali 3.5, and that's the ones he sort of carries. For everyday carry, this is pretty much all I need. I don't really require a lock for day-to-day usage on my knife. I don't carry knives for self-defense. I'm not allowed to carry knives for self-defense living in Canada. We're really not allowed to carry any sort of weapons as a civilian. That would be a different video. I'm not going to get off on that right now, but I have certain reservations against that. Other thing I have to say is, or one of the only bad things I have to say about this knife is actually the pivot. It's not a D-shaped pivot, so there's nothing really restraining it from just turning while you're trying to tighten it. The fit on this and finish is good enough to where it's not really a problem. It hasn't loosened up on me in the short amount of time I own this. The knife is breaking in really well. It just gets smoother and smoother, and the action, it gets better and better. You see there, it has a half stop. Right when it gets to that point, it stops, which is a good function for a slip joint. If it ever does just happen to close, that's a secondary safety measure so you don't lose a finger or actually cut yourself badly. I picked this knife up from Knife Ship Free. First time pretty much dealing with an order from the States, and my experience wasn't that good. Had nothing to do with Knife Ship Free. They're a really good company, and they do stand behind their quality and their service, but it more has to do with the way packages are being handled in Canada now. Ended up having to pay 60 bucks to actually pick this up at the post office, which is horseshit to me. Actually, one of a good buddy of mine on YouTube here actually had one of his paramilitaries taken by the border, and I'm not sure if he's going to get it or not. I hope he does. What else? I did take this knife apart already. That's just the way I am. I get a knife and within a week I've already taken it apart. The inside is just as nice as the outside, so there's that much detail actually paid to this knife. The way the lock actually functions, or not the lock, sorry, because it doesn't have one, but the way the slip joint mechanism actually functions is a little bit different than your standard slip joint. It has more to do with the way the tang is shaped on the knife. It sort of gets bigger as it opens. I'm not describing that well enough. I'll probably just have to do another video of actually taking this knife apart to show you what I'm talking about. The action, like I said, really smooth. Totally one-hand opening and ambidextrous. It doesn't matter if you're left or right. You'll be able to open this knife just as easily. The Torx bit screws on this are really good quality, and I don't know if I'll be able to get an actual close-up of them, but just the way they're finished, it's very crisp, and the tools I have fit perfectly in there without wiggle. We really wish to see that on more of their knives. Close attention paid to making these Torx bits. I've been carrying this for about a week since I got it, and I've been really happy. Both the black clip and the original silver clip have some side-to-side play. You could sort of see the wear marks it's causing on the titanium finish. Not really concerned to me. This is going to be a user, like all my knives are, and it's going to get wear marks on it anyway. In the future, I might probably try to heat anodize the titanium, see how that goes, but I'm talking probably in about a year or so. After it gets all roughed up and dinged up, I might sort of polish the handles up and try my hand at heat anodizing. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm starting to cool down, so I'm going to head out and I'll probably do another video of this just showing how it cuts and how it performs, because the way the blade grind is on this one, it actually has a thin cutting edge to it, which makes it slice really well. So thanks for watching this, guys, and stay tuned for more.